Hey everyone, Brian from Bearable Traders here. It is Sunday, July 7th. Hope everyone's having a good weekend, and we're just wrapping up the first week of July. Interesting week. Of course, it was a short week, short trading week, with the 4th being the holiday. And Friday, of course, a lot of people probably took the day off, so volume was down as well on Friday. But you can see here, we still looking pretty good internally, with a lot of the stocks still above their 50 and 200 moving day averages. And we're still kind of in a bullish mode. Next week we've got Fed in play, and of course we had the jobs number last week, which kind of shook people a little bit. Better number than expected. So people thinking, of course, that now maybe there isn't going to be a rate cut in July, and that was pretty much baked in. So I guess we'll see what comes this week. We've got some more Fed Powell speaking, and yeah, so we got the meeting at the end of the month, so we'll see what comes of that. But that will certainly introduce some volatility into the market this week. Can see here what was good, what wasn't so good. Financials kind of making a comeback here, although I'm a little bit surprised, given that for the most part people were baking in a rate cut, interest rates going lower, and typically that's not a great environment for financials. But technology here on the month, risk trade maybe a little back on here. So yeah, but semis, that's another strange one. Semis were not that great this week. Started higher and ended lower on the week. So again, a bit of an anomaly. Let's take a look at the 10-year, the index, some of the indexes on the weekly basis. Here's a 10-year. See it snap back on Friday just because of that those jobs numbers, better than expected. Maybe a rate cut's not baked in. So this is a weekly. Of course, it did a pretty nice reversal candle there. So I don't think it's going to push much higher, but we're going to maybe hover around the 2% here. The Dow for the week looks like it closed at an all-time high, but maybe off the high of the week itself, but pretty close. So trend continues to be the friend, and it looks like it wants to push higher. And the IWM, let's look at the weekly on that. This is a hollow filled candle, so it ended up starting higher and finished lower on the week, although well off the low of the week. So again, actually kind of looks like a head and shoulders here. We got left shoulder, head, right shoulder. But keep an eye on this one, because this could go either direction here. Let's take a look at the Qs. Again, we're pushing right up at that previous day or previous month high in April, and it's just there waiting to break out or break down, one of the two. So again, something to keep an eye on. SPY definitely breaking out here. You can see here made a definite breakout and move higher. So again, the trend seems to be bottom left to top right. That's where we're headed. And RSI is strengthening, coming up. Moving averages are both coming up. Volume, of course, was light last week. So MACD is pretty positive. So it all looks like we're heading higher. Dollar took a big jump again. I think maybe with people thinking maybe there isn't going to be a rate cut, so the dollar strengthened. And VIX just kind of did a big candle one way and then the other, and then kind of settled out in the middle here. So we'll see what happens to the volatility next week. If we get a continuation lower, or something more definite where it might move higher. Again, it's kind of we're on watch mode because we're at all-time highs, and we just want to see where things are going to break to here. So let's take a look at what. Let's take a look at the actives quickly. Gold, I added back some on Friday. I had a tiny bit. I should have just sold it all, but let's just take a look at Nugget here. Added back some on Friday at 24.80-ish, and then it just came back up as a day trade and a swing trade. So still got some in my account. Nugget came back up. We'll see what happens. Typically, Nugget gets pretty erratic around Fed speak, so I may probably take some of that off again. BMY is another stock I have active right now. Kind of a disappointing day on Friday, actually. Really did after having a nice run up, got in here under 45. Nice run up, took some off. I was hoping for it to get to 47 up at the top of this candle, but pulled back here. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. Hopefully we won't pull back to 45 here, which is where I'll be stopping out for sure. Might move my stop up a little bit on this one if I haven't already. But hopefully we'll have a more positive day on BMY on Monday and next week. Let's see if there's anything else. I don't think that's about it for actives on watch. Still watching this. Baba's. I was talking to this. We had a great meetup on the weekend. Some of our Vancouver traders. I was talking to one of the guys there about Baba. We both feel that this is probably a pretty good deal here, but until there's some resolution with the tariffs and the trade talks with the U.S., I'm not really sure if, where it's going to go. It may fill this gap. May start to push higher. We'll kind of keep an eye on that. If it does fill the gap, it would be good entry down here, 170. Watching it for over 175 to see maybe it might be making a move higher, so it could be an entry there. So just keep an eye on that one. Set some alerts. Baidu, same thing. Maybe just seems to be stuck in a bit of a range here, 115-ish to 120-ish. Keeping an eye on that. Facebook, I played this through options. I sold some options, 187.50s. They went out worthless, so I collected all the premium on that in my account. Probably looking at doing that again because I really think this is all-time high, 198.50. I really think this is going through 200 this time. It's my feeling on that anyway. Again, Chinese internet stocks did actually fill a gap here on this gap up, but it looks still pretty negative. But this is a way to play the NETF without playing individual stocks. Maybe take some risk out of your trade, playing an individual stock. MU, like I said, the semiconductors started out pretty well in the week and then just sank back. So nothing on that. I'm watching silver as well as nuggets. Silver had a nice reversing candle, although it big gap down, so I'm actually on volume here, so keeping an eye on that. Silver, poor man's gold, and if gold moves higher, silver will fall along with it. Again, the semis started the week pretty good and pretty much sold off. So T, I was looking at this. I was hoping to get it for a pullback back to 33. I was probably dreaming on that one and hasn't pulled back. It's just continued to go higher, and I just don't want to chase it. So just keeping an eye on that one. Natural gas popped up on Friday. I don't know why. There must have been some news about weather or something because maybe there was it was the inventory, because Friday or Thursday was the holiday. Usually Thursday is the inventory number day, but maybe they delayed it till Friday, and that could have been an inventory move. Although it capped up, didn't really. Anyway, it definitely moved higher. US oil's going to move with generally the way people feel about the economy, and if people are thinking maybe if the economy is weakening, this oil will continue to break down here, and we'll look for maybe a failure under 1175-ish to short it, and but if it doesn't break, it may just be stuck in this range here. And the biotech space was kind of looking positive, but it didn't take an entry on it. It just kind of broke down last week, and especially on Friday. Just seems to be choppy. So keeping an eye on that one as well. XLF mentioned the financials breaking out here. Again, I haven't got an entry on this, but just going to keep an eye on that for now and see where the price action takes us. So that's about it, everybody. I hope you all had a great weekend. Like I said, this is my book on Amazon, How to Swing Trade. If you're following along and you want to learn more about swing trading, you can pick that up. And that's it. So we'll see everyone in the Bearable Trading Room in the morning. And that's it, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, what's left of it, for wherever you are. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye for now.